Rise and shine. Wake up and get to the bag. God damn it. Lord woke us up. We might as well get to this bag. Now, first and foremost, I gotta give a big shout out to my father. Today's his birthday. Shout out to everybody whose birthday is February 19th. Shout out to all my Aquariuses out there. Our season is coming to a close. Okay, it's been a real good month of February. But on to later news. So the Team East put belt to ass, 211 to 186 on Team West. And to be honest, this game was pretty much gone in maybe the second quarter. East took control and they just was off to the races. Damian Lillard, I don't know, maybe he still had some of that juice from the night before when he won the three-point contest, but he was hitting shots from forever. Brose was throwing that shit up from half court. Okay, he didn't give a damn. Him and Tyrese Halliburton was just jacking shots. It was great to see Jalen Brunson go out there, get a nice stat line. I think he had like 12, 5, and 4. He did what I needed him to do on my parlay. Luka Doncic did not come through for me, and neither did Tyrese Maxey. I thought since he was a three-point shooter, he'd get an easy 12 points. Nizzy. And Luka, he was out there just playing around. He didn't take that shit serious at all. Neither did Jokic. So that was that. It was a fun game. It wasn't competitive, but I don't think it wasn't competitive out of lack of trying. I just think the East just came out more motivated, and the West just, once they seen it was kind of too far gone, they just was like, all right, let's just do a showcase. And so it was cool. Altogether, All-Star Weekend was decent. The game this year was it was fun to watch. I was happy that we went back to the East and West format. The whole pickup game format, to me, was corny. I think this puts back in perspective of just the stars and what conference they're in. And shout out to the East, man. The West normally handle business and stuff like this, but the East, they came to play, man. It's a new league, new stars. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Damian Lillard, who basically was the star of All-Star Weekend, won the three-point contest, MVP of the All-Star game. It was lit. The dunk contest was super mid. I don't know how Jaylen Brown beats Jacob Toppin. They need to flat out just revamp that competition, pick better judges, or just like do away with the shit, because I don't understand. We got Matt McClung, a G League guy who has won the dunk contest back to back at this point. I mean, shout out to him, but I mean, we gotta do a little better than that. Now, if you didn't know, this weekend Trump did something very interesting. One, I guess he did like a surprise pop-up at SneakerCon in Philadelphia at the convention center, which I'm not sure who's privy to that. It just kind of came out of nowhere, which was crazy, because if I knew ahead of time, I would have pulled up. But he came to SneakerCon. He came through with his Never Surrender ones, gold American flag around the top of the shoe, got the Trump tee in there. They was $400 and they sold out pretty much immediately. These are more collectibles. I mean, if you're a collector, you buy shoes, resell them, it will probably be the only type of situation where it makes sense to buy sneaks, Trump sneaks, because if you buy them for $400, he becomes president again, the value goes up, you can resell them or keep or hold them. So that's one thing. I've seen some real negative backlashes on TikTok and other mediums. I mean, some people even said they catch, if I catch somebody from the, black person wearing the Trump sneakers, I'm gonna do this and do that. And to me, it's comical. It's comical. They got this ridiculous E. Jean Carroll case where he has to pay $83 million to this lady who was not worth $83 million, who there was no way he could thwart your career to stop you from making $83 million, where you need $83 million on a defamation suit when she didn't even ask for that much. And then you got the New York fraud case, which is ridiculous, where they literally created a law just to get Trump. They created a law where you can defraud somebody without there being a harmed party who lost money. Literally created a law. They did the same thing with the E. Jean Carroll case. They created a law where they could come after him after she gave the allegations. And they did the same thing in New York. extremely corrupt. And it's going to lead to negative backlash because, to my understanding, starting today on President's Day, there's supposed to be a truck ban. I don't know what's going on, but to my understanding, the word on the streets is truckers are not delivering loads to New York to boycott the $354 million hoax decision on the defraud case between Trump and Letitia James and that ridiculous judge who looks like a Full House judge. This is going to backfire on New York. This is going to take money out of New York. This is going to build a lot of problems for New York. And anyone who's a developer, who's got money, who's wealthy or semi-rich, who wants to invest, they're not going to feel like New York's a safe place because they can just pull things out the wazoo whenever they want to. So what happens? They're trying to take money from this man and basically send him to the poorhouse. He innovates. He's like, you know what? I'm going to be the first presidential candidate or ex-president to come out with some sneaks. Something I've been doing. What happens? They sell out. He did the NFTs. Those sold out. He did the Trump coins and the cars. Those sold out. This is a businessman thinking. This is why we need him back in the house. All right, back in the White House, because he gonna think on a business mindset. Damn, we fucked up. What we gonna do? How we gonna make this money? Guess what? He gonna come on with a plan because he been thinking on his feet ever since. This man came to Philadelphia, spoke around early, maybe like 3 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, left, and then went and did a speech in Michigan at 7 o'clock while fighting all these ridiculous charges. I mean, he making it do what it do, man. So, hey, man, if you're going to get these never surrender ones, make sure you hold them down. They may be worth a pretty penny. Also, I seen some really funny ass names about these sneakers. I seen the Homelander ones. I don't like the kind of like the negative context of the jokes, but I ain't gonna lie, the January 6th is funny as shit. Like that is funny. But obviously that's not what it is. The never surrender ones. You know what I'm saying? For me, gold sneakers is not my twist. $400 for any pair of sneakers is not me. I stopped buying overpriced sneakers probably after I was 24, 25. After 24, 25, paying a ridiculous amount on sneakers that are going on your feet to get dirty, I was off that. I was off that. I kind of shifted my focus. So I'm not a sneaker guy where I'm gonna spend $500-$600 on sneakers. Like, nah. I think the cap for me is the highest I'll pay is $250 for a pair of sneakers, and they gotta be something I really like. You know what I'm saying? And I probably won't wear them right away. I might just let them kind of just sit for a bit before I get there. You know, so yeah, man, this was going on. This is pretty much what happened this weekend, All-Star Weekend. You know what I'm saying? You got the Never Surrender ones, okay. Friday we had day 2 of the Fonnie Willis case. Her father went up there and he basically talked about how he basically instructed Fonnie to have a lot of cash in her house because apparently it's a black thing. I don't know. Terrence Bradley, I believe, is Nathan Wade's lawyer and business partner. They kind of threw him under the bus. And I'm not sure if there's going to be more people coming out this week, but I mean, the judge may have gotten all the information he needs to basically show that there was a conflict of interest. There was a conflict of interest, and there was inappropriate things going on. And to me, Fonnie Willis, Nathan Wade, that side of the argument has not proven to me, and I don't think the courts, that they did pay Nathan Wade back for everything he spent. It was justified in hiring him, and that the person that said their relationship started in 2019 was lying, which they have no evidence to prove their argument or disprove the other side. So there's a very good chance she's going to be removed. If I was her, I'd step down now before it gets too messy. This week, Nikki Haley is she's going to get clapped so crazy in South Carolina. And I believe the 24th is the date. And after that, we'll probably be done at Nikki Haley. So we'll see what happens. Right back to regular scheduling NBA games this week. Sixers versus the Knicks. Hopefully a lot of the Knicks players are starting to come back healthy and we can go on this run. And we're going to see what happens next. Next month, the UFL, United Football League, which is a joint league between the XFL and the USFL, will be starting. I'm going to be interested about that. I'm going to be talking about that as well. And we're going to see what happens. Until then, get to the bag, God damn it.